As much as I want this to be a foil video, it's not, because we actually have some evidence now that the rumors around Space Marine stuff may actually be true. This video is not all about Space Marines, there's other little things in this as well. People keep asking me about Chaos stuff. I just want to briefly touch on that before a proper rumor video. So let's jump in, let's look at it all, and let's get waffling. Since this video does contain rumors, please remember that everything that I'm about to talk about has to be taken as a rumor and not fact. Even though there may be some evidence that we're going to show off in terms of text, it is still all rumor and not facts. All rumors are lies. Please remember that. So just briefly, I want to bring everyone up to date with what's been going on in the Space Marine rumorverse. We had all the big rumors about the brand new characters that were coming out, Lysander, Sabot and Khan, etc. All that did turn out to be true, right? We will be getting them, probably more going on pre-order this Sunday, or announced going pre-order this Sunday. But there was so much more stuff surrounding that as well. We had this so-called fast attack rumor coming for Space Marines, and what that involved was stuff like multi-part Outriders. We already have Outriders, but we don't have the multi-part variants. Multi-part stuff means there's more variation in maybe weapons, loadout kits, etc, different helmets, all that type of awesome stuff. Another thing that was attached to this fast attack Space Marine rumor was a land speeder, which it looks like we've got evidence for, which we'll get into in just a second. And also the big talking point was mixed Space Marine armor marks with the Primaris, with the Mark 10, right? We've all seen it. We all, some of us like it, some of us don't like it. But what Games Workshop have been doing a little bit is adding more different variations to the armor mark, like Mark 7 helmets, shoulder pads, etc. And now there's even more Texas support. That is the direction that Games Workshop are going in. Also, of course, like I've been saying, the rumors have been saying mixed armor is going to be the brand new thing for Primaris Marine. So let's just look at the first bits of evidence of that, and then we can talk a little bit more about other things on the radar as well. So let's start with the land speeder rumor, and it's looking like we've got our first hints of this now in actual text. This is from the brand new Dawn of Fire book, The Silent King. So it's the latest, it's the last book in that series, and I'm going to put the text in the background now as it states. A soft chime was all the warnings given that a strike was incoming. Then low but insistent hum before a dozen heavy land speeders blazed out a transit tunnel into the cavern, then off the road into cover of the stone forest. They moved so fast they were darting flashes of color in the narrow spaces. Now that is definitely a grasp in the rumorverse, but as I've been saying, one of the big rumors that I've been hearing about is a new variant of land speeder. I thought it was going to be something involving scouts, since we've got brand new scouts, and the scout land speeder was something big back in the day. But this is the first time I've ever heard a land speeder referred to as a heavy land speeder. And these authors don't go out and make things up like this. What they normally do is actually reference units which we haven't seen sometimes in the text. So when it comes to it, we go, oh my god, that is what a heavy land speeder was. And I'm thinking now this is connecting to the rumor that we've been talking about of a brand new land speeder variant. Now there's a lot of questions about this land speeder variant, about the multi-part Outriders and stuff, etc. Is it going to be happening this edition, 10th edition, next edition, 11th edition? I personally think now at this point in time, it is all going to be happening around 11th edition. We know the 11th edition box set, well, we don't know. It's been rumored that the 11th edition box set is supposed to be Space Marines versus Orcs. Could this heavy land speeder feature in that launch box set for Space Marines versus Orcs? I have literally no idea, but I definitely think this is the land speeder now that has been rumored, that has been whispered, and I think this is the first time I've seen it mentioned in physical official text from Games Workshop. And next up, I want to talk about mixed armors, because this has been a big thing on this channel. This has been some big rumors that I'm hearing, is that next edition there's supposed to be like even more squads with mixed armor. Now before we get into this quote, which I think is a direction that Games Workshop are taking this, which again backs up this rumor, I know that they've started to do some little bits of mixed armor already. The brand new Captain Centos model is literally mixed armor. You can see the chest piece and everything. I'll put it in the background right now so you can see it. People have also said, Valrak, the new Space Wolf stuff, the Mark 7 helmets, Mark 6 Corvus helmets. That's the start of new Mark mixed armor. Of course it is, right? But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm being whispered from the Whisperverse. Is basically what I think Games Workshop want to do next edition is make a kind of firstborn Primaris Marine. So we've gone full circle, basically, where it's literally just going to be a kind of firstborn armor mark. Not everything firstborn armor mark, but like the old school armor that we all expect, the rule of cool, but literally in a new scale format, technically on a Primaris Marine. They're all Space Marines at the end of the day, but we have to call them Firstborn and Primaris because of lore reasons. But anyway, this is the text in the background right now that we're going to read from. So it states, they lined up silence. Not a warrior was out of place. They guessed something important was afoot. They appeared to Messinius like automata. Long-established chapters of Space Marines had a less uniform look. Their armor was decorated with marks of honor, artificer-crafted plates replaced with standard-issue pieces. Older marks of war gear were worn alongside the newer. Not so much with Call's creations, they were all the same. That would change in time. Messinius resolved to make it so. The cohorts of individuals from these mass-produced saviors of humanity. So for me, that's two quotes from the Silent King, which I think is heading in the rumored direction. Yes, I may be taking a long shot in the dark, but really, I think that's what Games Workshop are planning to do now. There's so much more rumor stuff around the Space Marines going forward. We've spoken a bunch about it on this channel. I think we're going to get even more stuff. I've spoken like a Devastator HQ and everything like that. I don't know how that's going to work. One other thing I want to talk about is this month's White Dwarf as well. It's literally just come out, and it came out with a brand new poster of Space Marine armor marks. And in that Space Marine poster of armor marks, it had something with a Gravis, which I got sent by a chap called Cookie Dude. I want to call him Cookie Monster. It's a way better name. But he said to me, Valrak, does this make sense to you? There's two variants of Gravis, and one of them is a melee variant of Gravis. They basically look the same. One hood is different, and the only thing I can think of is the hooded version. The melee version is literally the aggressors, but it doesn't have the aggressor hands on there or anything like that. Is this potentially a future hint to melee Gravis? Maybe power swords, shields, clubs? Absolutely no idea. I'll let you chaps decide in the comment down below. I personally think it's just a nod towards the aggressor units, which have, like, you know, the Bolt Storm and the Flame Storm gauntlets. It's just they haven't put the oversized Power Fist on that model. And not to make this video all about Xenos stuff, because I actually do want to make more rumor videos on the Xenos and the Chaos stuff going forward. Probably that's going to be coming sometime next week. The Dark Eldar stuff, I keep getting spammed with questions about this. Dark Eldar are going to get something this edition, but I keep saying it's not going to be the refresh, which I think everyone wants. I'm hearing that's supposed to be next edition. When it comes to Chaos, I am hearing potentially there is going to be more Chaos stuff as Chaos Space Marine stuff. Nothing really foundations to build on at this point, but I've been saying the same old rumors now for years. Just like we had the Black Templar Ancient, there's a couple of models that I foresee in the future which I got whispered years ago, absolutely years ago, and of course Games Workshop works in years. One of them is Kato Sakaris. Yes, we're going back to Space Marines. Apparently his model is done. It's just ready to be released, revealed, etc, etc. Trazen the Infinite, apparently his model is done, ready to be released when Games Workshop wants to do it. Huron Blackheart, right? Huron. We all love Huron. I love Huron, the Badab War hero himself. Wait, what? That's Heresy Valrak. Apparently he's been done for a while now, waiting for Games Workshop to release it and come out. When are they going to do it? I have absolutely no idea. Is it going to be towards of this edition? Next edition? I have no idea. But all I can say is that the whispers that I trust saying that that stuff is done and ready to go. I keep saying that towards the end of this edition, we don't know the narrative yet. It could be a Necron narrative, so maybe Trazen this year. Again, we've heard some other big units and stuff with Necrons, which I've talked about on other videos, on some of the other rumor videos and stuff like that. It maybe could be that. It could be Chaos. It could be completely something else that we don't expect. I have no idea at this point. Hopefully around Christmas time, we'll know more about that, because that's when they kicked off the last big narrative campaign to end the edition, and we are literally 10 to 12 months now away from 11th edition. So that end edition should be here soon. And of course, a bunch of new models are going to be flooding us with that. Anyway, enough waffling from me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as always. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below. And we'll have a nice little chin wag down there as we always do. See ya. Have a great day and bye-bye.